Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard, your host for this pre-market session. And each morning we listen for stocks to be called out up here in stream one, and for these green bars to appear down here in this scan and this scan as well. And once we have a stock we are interested in, I will click on it, or you will on your computer. And the first thing you want to check is the current bar volume. This is the volume of the very last candle. We want this label to be green, and we want these numbers really flying, a high flow, so that we can get in and get out unnoticed. So it takes quite a bit of volume for us to scalp a couple thousand shares and slip right back out while everybody else is buying. So be aware that this number needs to be as high as possible at all times. This is our money flow indicator. When this label is green and the numbers are flying, we want to see the money flow going due north, like you see here, and above this yellow line. This tells me the money is flowing into the stock, and the results will be something like this. Also, down here in Dominator Master, we want these green bars, which represent buyers, above this yellow average volume line. This tells me that more buyers than average are coming into the stock, so that we can keep track of all activity. Once all of this lines up, we have a green label, green candles, green lines, green bars. You'll see these two labels up here turn green, and that's when they're really hitting it hard. At this point, you want to make your decision, or just before, if you're interested in this stock or not. Also, if you are a new investor, I highly suggest you attend many times over and over. Don't just come here thinking you can do this because it looks easy in the live stream, because it's not easy. Make sure that you watch it over and over and over. Listen to me repeat these instructions every day. Maybe try it on paper at first. Write down your entry, your exit, and your results. If you continue to be profitable on paper, then try real money. And if you are successful with real money, the only thing you need to do to increase your profit is increase your share size. I'm also not a financial advisor. I'm a person just like you, but I also have a little bit more knowledge, I believe, especially in the coding department. So make sure that you reach out to the proper authorities before you take any of my advice or use any of my indicators. I am not a trading professional, and I am not licensed to tell you to buy or sell stocks. Keep that in mind. Also, if you continue watching this live stream past this point, you are assuming full responsibility for your actions and do not hold volumespikes.com liable for any losses that you may occur. Over in your active trader in your TIF, make sure it's on EXT so we don't miss a trade. And thank you for joining me this morning. I'll need an oxygen tank now from spitting out all those words. I'll get it recorded. I'm going to have to. Good morning, YouTubers. You are on board this morning. We've been having some plays, but they've been after the free session on YouTube. So we're surviving pretty well. Kind of noticed if we don't get one in pre-market, we get one shortly after market opened. TNMG bouncing around. We need this stock to break this upper level up here, which would be $4. If we can get above $4 and they're willing to pay more, all of these indicators will turn green, and this label will turn green, and the price will take off. Watching here, they are testing that $4 mark. We are breaking up a little bit from $4 all the way up to $4.49, but it was a spike. It would have been hard to catch. So the buyers weren't confident. They got in and got out. Maybe because it's Friday, who knows? But watch out for plays like this. If you don't feel comfortable, don't trade them. And I'm reading that it's not tradable on Thinkorswim. We might as well just quit saying that, I guess, because it's going to happen every day. I guess we'll all find out when we click the mouse. IBRX spiking higher, 520 so far. And profit taking going on. Watch for the bounce here. Keep your eyes on money flow at this point. Let's see if they come back in. Money flow is going red. I'm going to put a mark up here. If they're willing to come back up here and pay more, it might fly. Let's see what happens. Want to get past this first breakout here so we don't get stung and they sell off on us from a pump and dump. So if we wait cautiously for the price to re-break the $5 mark up here, we have a lot better chance of them not selling it off after this second attempt. Like right now, we would be stuck. So let's avoid it. Not looking too promising for IBRX. Well, I think we survived pretty good this week. It was a tough week. I'm going to go ahead and admit that because I have nothing to hold back. But I'm still profitable, and I know some of you are. I've been watching. So good job, traders, this week, hanging in there, grabbing those profits when they are available. All right, let me run down the list here and see what's moving. We got VERO looking north, checking the volume. It's flowing. Will it break above over here? We have these highs over here. Let's just put a bar there and see what happens. If they can get above it, maybe they're willing to pay more. Instantly rejected. Let's see if the buyers can get aggressive here and start pushing. 368, 369. Love breaking these levels. That's a good way to put some money in the bank. If they're willing to turn this thing around and buy some more, I'm willing to join them. 370 so far. Looks like we're running out of steam, running out of buyers. I don't know if this is available or not on toss. I'm not trading it. I'm watching it, calling it out for everybody who can trade it. It is tradable. Thank you. Good job, traders. So y'all are making a few bucks on it. 50 bucks, $10. You made anything this morning, you have me beat. So feel good. I haven't made a trade. RK, when these bars break this yellow average volume line, this when they first start breaking it, it tells me that there's more buyer activity happening here. And if the next bar is taller, there's even more happening. So it's kind of just telling me what the buyers are doing overall, not just in this one candle, but I can look back. I think I've got this coded to read the last 20 bars back. So it's kind of just giving me direction. Here's the buyers. The buyers are coming in. The buyers are getting stronger. And when this is happening, this is already green. These labels are probably are it's already going at this time. The price is already going. Money flow usually takes off shortly after a short green bar. This is a very sensitive indicator. This is going to move before almost anything. So what's actually happening up here? All of these indicators that I have coded are based on volume. They wouldn't let me have access to buy and sell orders, which would be the most accurate data that I could pull, but they don't give anybody access to that. So I figured out a way to convert the volume. So if the volume is increasing and the price is going up, I call that sellers. If the volume is increasing and the price is going down, I call that sellers. And now I've got the scripts mathematically calculating volume up and down in percentages to let me know who has the advantage, the buyers or the sellers. There's a lot of brain work happening in here. You don't see it, but this is years of thinking and coding. Everybody else wants to see a line cross or X taller than Y or this is called that. I just want to see the percentages of the buyers and sellers. That's all I care about. And right now it's quiet. I don't see anything moving. Yeah, coding is not easy. especially when a platform has its own language. And ThinkScript is the language they created for this platform, just like TradingView's got Pine Script. They all make their own little language. Toss gives me a lot of access to a lot of things over the other platforms. That's why I'm able to get it to work so well. So when we're watching a stock taking off and this candle is green and these labels are green, if you watch these percentage numbers up here, it tells you approximately what the percentage of the buyers are and the sellers within that one candle. 80 seems to be the magic number. So once buyers hits 80 and starts climbing above 80, the price starts rising. If it's red and sellers and the price percentage is that negative 80 and starts climbing to negative 85, the price starts dropping. So very key, very important label right here. This delta, it's usually green before this label's green. I like to see this one above 80 as well. G Wave looking up a little bit. And I keep getting this update pop up from, I don't know who, maybe Microsoft. 789 so far. Checking the volume, it's there, but it's not really flying. So use caution here. Now we're getting a red volume. When this is a red volume bar, that means there's more sellers. Money flow is headed down. Everything is red. Heavy selling 100%. You'll be able to see the moment the buyers step right back in to push it up if they're going to do that. Everything will flip around and start running north and turn green. Buyers are looking at it. A few people are buying. I can go ahead and throw that resistance level up there to see if they're willing to pay more. So we need to break above that 770. I'm interested in it up here, not in this little bounce down here. I want the breakout. And you should want the breakout. And if you're good enough and been here long enough to call this bottom and take advantage of this profit as well, then congratulations. You become a master. Well, that one went up, but straight back down. Nice try, though. And thank you, A Treat, for posting it. And Web Searcher and everybody that posted it. VERO looking north again. I'm late on it though. Thank you, Corrupt, for calling it out. And Profit Pilot and Mr. P made 120. Money flow is red. Profit taking's going on. That means I've missed the run. You've missed the run. Is there more to come? Maybe. Harder to guess it now, though. Buyers are green above 90%, pushing up higher. 421, 31, 37, 39, 41. Take profits rising, right? You want to get out when they're buying, like right now. Because if you all try to sell at one time, there's nobody there to buy to get you out of it. Continuing to push for 82 now. And you can always sell partial and hang on to a few, but at least lock some profit in so it don't slip away. Yeah, you can buy VERO in Thinkorswim. Very nice. Kind of had a feeling this one was going to run more. That's why we got into that conversation. The indicators were looking really good. When I seen these green labels pop back in, I knew they were fixing to push. And that's what you need to learn when you come here. Most of you have caught on already when to start taking action. That's the only thing you really need to learn is when do I get in? And you learn that by watching these indicators. VERO looking north again. Money flow is north again. The buyer bars are still tall. They're interested in driving it up more, but I don't know if I would trust it up here. I think it's already done some damage to somebody and help others out that took advantage of it. Are they willing to pay more? Let's find out. 520 on the spike. The indicators were saying they're coming. Here they come. Not holding, though. It is getting weak up there as I expected. Can they keep it up? Can the indicators stay up? Do we get that 90% back over here or at least above 80? This is an adrenaline rush. A lot of people, when they're new, come here, they call it anxiety. Later, they figure out it's adrenaline. Nice job, R2D. If you don't think this will give you a head rush, buy 1,000 shares or something and sell it, and you got $3,000 in 3 seconds. That's a head rush to me. You may be right, A trader. Usually, when somebody leaves, the price goes up every time. I know it happens to me. Or if one of y'all asks me a question and I've got to go look somewhere else to get an answer, the price is going up when that's happening. VERO, a few interested buyers, was watching money flow across the line here and it took off. Maybe these are maybe these are the guys that missed it and they're hoping it's going to go. Maybe there's enough of them to push it. Still got low percentages. Looks like some of them are getting out. It didn't go where they wanted it to go. Few more buyers stepping in. Well, it's not going down, so I'm getting in. That's what they're thinking. So money flow still looking north. We've had some good numbers. You haven't seen very many red up here or here or here. Just this one time right there, a little bit of profit taking. So the buyers are still sitting here playing the moves. 558 so far. Keeping an eye on buyers up here. We need these percentages to stay high. That was some profit taking and somebody buying it right up. Pushing a little higher. Now the 87's up there. Getting a little profit taking. A few people coming and a lot coming out. So getting weaker up here at the top. There's a few more buyers. Numbers are dropping slightly. Kind of holding steady at 550s. Few more buyers coming back in. Few profit takers taking advantage of that spike and getting out. That's how you should do it too. When it's spiking, you should be selling the ask. Nice job, Gary. Beat me by $134. So most of you been here for a while. You probably read this move just as well as I did. You could tell the buyers were here, few people taking profits, and the more we can do that over and over and over, the better we get, and the higher the profits go. I don't know if y'all have done this or not, but take each indicator and say, okay, well, what happened? Let's break this down. What happens when the green bar is growing? What happens when it crosses the yellow line? Figure out what each one of these indicators are trying to tell you. And all of these indicators are already in this one indicator, the Smart Candles Pro. So it's going to turn green. And if you still have the labels on, it'll have a buy signal here. It's going to turn green and tell you to hang on until it turns red. And this indicator's so good, it to me, I don't even trust it, and it out trades me. Like, is it really that good? And it is. My problem is I've been scalping for so long, and once I see profit, I'm out. So I'm having trouble taking advantage of the whole run because I've been scalping too long, and I'm trying to overcome it, but it's tough. So imagine yourself on this stock and the candle's right here and you're up $3,800, $4,200. Do you take it or do you hang on? So now it's telling me to get out. Had I took advantage of this trade, it would have been 360 on up to, or let's just say 570. And the best thing is it's telling me the truth. It's calculating the actual numbers. Buyers have advantage. Buyers have advantage. Buyers have advantage. All the way up here, buyers have the advantage. According to percentages of buyers and sellers. Yeah, too. I've tried it, but you still, if it keeps going, you take those profits. We've all been trained to take profits. When in profit, take profit. That's the saying. I've even said, okay, I'll take the profits here and I'll buy back in on the dip, but then fear losing the profits back here if I buy back in and I'm wrong. It's all about emotional trading. If you get rid of the emotions and everything becomes smooth again. I just have some bad habits I need to break. Actually, they're good habits that I need to break because I did well with it. My pleasure. Not seeing anything at the moment. If I want something to pop up, I'll go to the restroom. That works every time. Back to Smart Candles Pro. Green candle popping in. It's telling me everything is lining back up. We would normally throw a level up here, so I will do that at $6. So let's see if they stay interested. Let's see if they're willing to pay more than $6. $6.34 on that spike. These indicators let me know before that happened. Remember, it's mathematically calculated, so it knew the percentages changed before the percentages got big enough to make a spike happen. So I was aware. And once you learn this, you will be aware. Do they keep it up above $6? The volume is weak. We have a red label over here. It's only 6:30 Central Time. It has plenty of time to run up more. We'll keep an eye on it. Percentages are low, yellow, not green, red. Money flows flat, nothing breaking the yellow bar. So we know everything that's happening right now, and that adds up to nothing. Nothing's happening right now. Mostly red in the scans. VERO not doing anything at the moment. JFBR getting my attention here at 92 cents, looking north. My pleasure, Daniel. $1.02 so far. Can't trade it. Thank you very much. Can't trade JFBR on toss. I don't buy these cheap ones anyway. It don't matter to me. I only buy them if I know that they got some solid foundation behind them. If they're bouncy, jumpy, first candles, I don't buy. Too many pump and dumpers on these cheap ones. Victor, there is a link at the top of the chat, says at Volume Spikes up there. It takes you over to volumespikes.com. That's where you join us. $1.48 so far, $1.50 on the spike. Looking good. Still looking north. Still got a strong money flow. Well, slightly red now. Let's see if we get another tall green bar. Are the buyers willing to drive it higher? Or are they going to start taking profit? It looks like they're taking profits. Need this bar to keep turning green. That means they're buying up what they're selling so they can push it higher. Nice tall green bar. Can we get the breakout? We need to break above that $1.48. That's an existing level. I did not put that there recently. Breaking out to $1.55. We may run into resistance here. Watch the money flow for red. Buyers are trying to keep it up. They just can't do it. Too many profit taking up there. This was an existing level that we ran into, and it was a strong one. It knocked it right back down. Uncle Purge, I have no idea. I would like to think not, but you never know. Joe, I guess that means we played it before with this line. Still relevant, too. Not seeing anything at the moment. Duvin, I won't be changing the days next week. So the market is closed on Monday. You're saying that Wednesday's also a holiday? I haven't looked at the holiday calendar. All right, patiently waiting, not seeing much of anything. BYIA is already on the screen, but it ain't moving. JFBR looking north again. At 148 was a roadblock. Thank you, Buster. Not seeing anything at the moment. TNMG looking north. It was letting me know here in the scan. It kept popping in and out. Not a whole bunch of buyers. The volume's not moving. We need a high volume flow in that last candle. We don't have it. JAGX, 98-cent stock, trying to break a dollar. Volume is low. Not a scalping trade. They'll spike upwards now, breaking that $1. I was well aware of what was going on up here. I didn't know it was going to happen, but it gave me notice that something's fixing to happen because it flipped green up here. So I was notified here, and now it spiked up to there. Watching the indicators, money flow slow, volume is still slow, but picking up speed. Buyers are still present. Nice tall bar, 100%. I don't like the pausing in the volume. It doesn't give me a good reading on the stock when they may sell out. I want to see some flashing green, flashing yellow, flashing red, not just go from green to red and it's dropping. And we need high volume flow for that to happen. Right now, it can just drop. There are sellers taking profit. Money flow is red. Now they are doing absolutely nothing. Hence the low volume. Would be very hard to scalp, get in, get out with any substantial share size unless you sold as it was rising, as they were buying. Pushing up a little higher now, $1.12. Since breaking that $1, it's continued to go up there at $1.14 now. With these tools, you can pretty much predict what's going on, hopefully a few seconds before, so you can take advantage of the moves. Seems to work for many of us. Profit taking, they are pulling out. The volume was sluggish all the way up. I did not trade it. All right, YouTubers, thank you for joining me for this 1 hour free session. Normally I'm back on Monday, but I won't be back till next Wednesday on YouTube. I appreciate each and every one of you who joined me this morning for this live stream. I hope you learned a little bit of something, made a little bit of money from it. And if you haven't visited volumespikes.com, I highly suggest you do that. We'd love to have you join us on board, become a community member, learn what's going on here, contribute yourself to help others. That's about what we do here is everybody tries to help everybody. We have a great support department for the very beginners. But come and join us, think about it. You're going to make more money than I charge you. You're going to learn a lot more. I think there's 70 something custom scans, 30 or 40 different custom indicators. You get your money's worth. Just me alone should be worth more than what I'm charging you. But anyhow, thanks for joining me. I'll see everybody on Wednesday. God bless. Have a very nice weekend. I'm out.